when YouTube is letting me know that I'm live or not. So here I am again. Say hey, everybody. Welcome to the tip-off show here, game week 42 for Sorare NBA. I'm Alex Hooper. John, Hoops Downtown 12. I see you in the chat. Thanks to everybody who's already liked the video. Helps us a ton. Subscribe and all that. Yada, yada, yada. We are here to talk about lineups, projections, basketball, any so rare questions that you have. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Should I say top of the morning to you on this St. Patrick's Day? I got me a nice Guinness here, as I don't think I've had a Guinness since college, so I'm going to take a sip of this real quick. Ooh, that is a beer. All right. So what's up, everybody? Welcome. Thanks for dropping comments already. Any questions you have, drop them in there as well. I know I'm getting off to the races a little slow here, letting people kind of trickle in. I see a lot of regulars in the chat, and that's perfectly wonderful. It's great to see all of you again. And let's get into it. All right. Wow. So we got all defense this week in limited and rare, which is great. Head on over to the All-Star tab. I was looking at the Pacers. Chris Duarte out late, so I was wondering about changes to that. Looked like George Hill might get a little bit of time. I'm actually going to hide the Monday values here. Irish Red Ale. See, that's smart. That's better than this Guinness. This Guinness ain't too good. Obviously, you can probably tell I'm American, but I'm Irish. If you look at the beard, it's deep. It's deep in my blood. But all right, so favorite plays for the week. Giannis on a 45 still rocks. He's on a 1. Aside from some of these obvious guys, Tyus Jones still makes sense in Ja's absence. He hasn't given us the production that we wanted. I mean, he was on, an 11 when this all started, and he's gotten up to a 27. Hasn't really broken any slates like we kind of expected him to. That's been a bummer, but I'm still running him out there. Bam Adebayo on a 31. He presents a lot of issues this week. He can fit into a contender lineup. He can fit into a champion lineup as kind of your third guy, or he can be the best player on your all-defense team. So it just depends on what lineups you're prioritizing. And, if you have a Bam Adebayo or two, he should go into those priority lineups no matter what it is, because he fits in all three of them. He's one of my favorite plays. Let me see here. Any other? DeRozan still should overperform that 34. We'll get one of those games eventually, and then he'll drop it back down. OG Anunoby, I love that. Cole Anthony actually popping recently. I don't remember seeing any Magic news, but I know some of you out there have Cole Anthony. That's a good time to roll him out, honestly. So get him into your lineups. 2 games on 25. That's fantastic. Oh, Jalen Suggs is out. That's why. Cole Anthony. That's perfect. Alberto Reyes in the chat. Do you think it's a good moment to invest in NBA, or is it already too late? I think it's a great time to invest in NBA. If you're going to invest in NBA, do it now for 2 reasons. One, prices are as low as they've been. And I would say as low as they will be, but we don't know that. The second reason is with the playoff tournament coming up, if you have players before it starts, those players get a 15% scoring bonus in the postseason competitions. So yeah, I think this is actually a really good time to invest. That said, you use the word invest. This is where I say this is not financial advice. I'm legally obligated to say that, or at least we're told. As far as an investment goes, Sorare NBA isn't looking great right now. Prices are going down, 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 and I'm shocked at some of the prices that I've seen. It's unfortunate, but if you believe in the platform going forward, then yes, it's a great time to invest. I'm still throwing money at it. I enjoy it. I have fun with it, but I know, some people look at it as an investment. I wouldn't do that right now. If you think it's going to be a good investment, if you think you can yield, then yes, I think it's absolutely the right time. You're only going to get a month out of some of the guys you buy. I would say if you are going to invest in playoff teams. NBA.com/standings, figure out who's going to be in and go after some of those guys. So Tatum is an MVP and other players have been using it. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. That's a good start. If you have Tatum, fantastic. Maybe find some Nuggets or some Suns or whoever you think comes out of the West. That way you have a nice team to make a run deep into the postseason. This is flat as hell. It's not bad though. Next, and I want a tier 2 from Premier League Common Drafts. Now I got $60 burning a hole in my ETH wallet. I know how that goes. I am not good at keeping ETH in my wallet. Who'd you win? Who'd you win that tier 2 from Premier League Common? I'd love to know. That rocks. Let's see. Jetty or George Hill? Just happen to know. I'm pretty sure Jetty by a mile. Yeah. We have Jetty at 17 or 18, and then Hill's still 16, 15. But we know that Jetty has the upside. And then, George Hill's just like, all right, he's playing, so we can slot him in. I have 2 of his rares. If anyone needs a George Hill rare for this week, if you need a decent 13, let me know and I'll list them on the market real quick and we can make a deal. But yeah, I still like Jetty here. Next, and you want Grealish, huh? Is he any good as a? I feel like he's definitely better in Sorare than he is in like FPL or DFS, especially. Oh, but he's one of my favorite players. I love Jackie. Alberto, how should I buy players? What type of players? How should you buy them? I don't know how to answer that exactly. If you're asking like what means, I would say that like you could probably get better deals on the auction block, but you won't be able to like cherry pick who you want there, and the difference in what you're going to get is negligible. The other thing too is what I do and what I find. I'll actually do it right now. Let me open up my browser really quick and I'll show you how I target players on the market. Because some people just go for the cheapest price. I don't do that. So I was looking at Kevin Love. Let's see if this makes sense. But you go to auctions and offers and you're going to see all the Kevin Loves on the market. All right, so this doesn't make a great... Actually, yes, it does. So you can get a Kevin Love right here for... I'll put it in dollars really quick just to make the point. $3.88. He's got a 7 XP. You can pay 53 cents more and get an 8.5. And I believe that's after you buy him too. So he's probably like a 9, 9.5 right now. All right, this says he's 7.5. So maybe Sorare data is lying to us, but like definitely check before you buy when you do this. But I like to pay just small premiums. I don't go nuts. So like give me a player that you're thinking about. And then maybe we can look into something like that. So I mentioned the Nuggets because they're on the opposite side, and like realistically it could be Nuggets Celtics in the finals, and then all of a sudden like you have those two sides. Denver. Denver is how you abbreviate that. So like Jokic, sure, Porter. If you wanted to buy someone this week, maybe it's I wouldn't buy a Reggie Jackson. All right, say it's Jokic. So let me go back really quick. Where's my window? I have too many damn tabs open. All right, so let's go with Jokic. So say you want to buy a Jokic. All right, you got a 127, you got a 130, 132. So we look at dollars here. So $224, $229, $5 more, and then $9 more. Is this actually an 8? Yes. So like the way that I would do this is if I wanted a Jokic, I would absolutely pay, $5 more to get a decent, XP. That's all I really wanted to say. I would spend up. Neesmith, all right. So Neesmith's interesting. They won't be in the playoffs. Just know that. I'm interested to know why Neesmith, but you don't need a reason necessarily. So yeah, like there's a small pay up option there. Actually, there's an 8%. I know I'm not sharing anymore, but there's one for USD. There's an 8%er that says it's $6, and then the cheapest price is $1 less. So like, you at that level, like pay up for the XP because that can make the difference in like 20 some odd places, if not more, depending on the size of the contest. So next in, let's see. Just wanted out. No interest in football. Huh? Football's where you make the money on this platform. That's what actually pays at this point. So I don't know. I I've kind of flirted with it on and off, but do I have a spreadsheet upload anywhere so I can sit with it with time? Yes. Uh, Patreon.com/SoRareFP. You can get the weekly projection sheet for $5 a month. So that would cover basically $5 will get you the rest of the regular season. For $10 a month, you get the expanded spreadsheet, which is what I've been showing on the screen. I'll bring that back up. This expanded spreadsheet has, your pricing over here. That's kept up to date. And then, there are other things. This is just my master sheet, so you don't get all this. But the pricing page, the rest of the year projections, which I actually took out recently because no one used it. But if you wanted it, I would absolutely put it back in. Steph Curry, Kevin Looney expected to play Friday. That doesn't really change anything for us. So yeah, I do have the spreadsheet. You got to pay for it, or if you want to ask questions here, I have no problem answering questions here. So like that's kind of what this is for. If you want it for free, you just tune in and all that. So. Nexon, just one of the weirdos not trying to make money, just fun. I mean, you've had some success, so you must be having both and you're making money, so that's funny that if you don't have any interest in football, why are you playing football? I guess to generate money to have more fun. It's cyclical. It's all kind of the same. So Yono say in the chat, yeah, talking about kind of what I said in terms of believing in the platform going forward. Yeah, spreadsheet, yes. Access to the best minds in NBA. That's true. The community that you get with the $10 sheet is fantastic. Also, you get baseball. If you want to play MLB, it starts up in less than 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Also, yeah, if you're here and you want to talk MLB, feel free. I can go over projections till I'm blue in the face, but that's not all that fun for everybody. So if you have MLB questions, I will absolutely answer them. I will be excited to answer them. And I actually ran my first week one projections for MLB, so I would love to talk about those as well. But so let's see what haven't we hit on the playoffs. Yeah, you don't say not even playing NBA, and he's here. He's here having fun. There's a guy who can ask some baseball questions, and he can answer some baseball questions too. That's a beautiful thing. All right, let's talk about this playoff situation again. I just gotta find the actual. There it is. Bouncing around like crazy between things here. All right, so here it is. Playoff tournaments, not much different. game week's going to be Monday to Sunday, so that's cool. I kind of talked about how with baseball, I didn't love that. Oh, we got a question here. All right, so um, Discord is the value. Yes, next, and I agree. There's a reason it's priced like that. Like, honestly, I'm just gonna say this: the people who spend the $5 to get the projections for a month generally don't stick around. And there are probably a number of reasons for that. Um, One is they don't have access to like ask what things mean. Like I understand that my spreadsheet's a little it's not exactly newbie proof. You know, like it takes a little bit to understand what you're looking at and what you want to aim at. But like if you're paying $5 for the projections and don't know what to do with them and like don't know how to play the game effectively and don't know how to build lineup, all stuff that you can get out of the Discord, you're probably not going to do well and you're probably not going to stick around. Not to say that these people can't do well, but like if you haven't used projections and you're not like a DFS person who's built lineups like this before, it can be a little tough. So I recommend the $10 version, and people who are in there know I'm like I work a day job and I'm in there all day just talking Sorare in between, you know, like doing actual work tasks. So Alberto says, I need a player max L10 of 6. Which one do you recommend? My short answer, my easy answer is Kai Jones from the Hornets. My long answer to that question is if you're asking to fit a player into 6 L10, your lineup's probably not good enough. Um, that's not always the case. That's not always the case. You can still make a good lineup and shoehorn a guy like that in there, but so he's my number one value play in terms of like how many times he'll X his oh, is he an 8 or is he a 6? Is he an 8? All right. Well, then you're really out. I don't think there's a player with a 6 or below that's any good. Is that true? I thought he was a 6 this week. No, he's an 8. Yeah, I wouldn't go any. Yuck. I don't think there's anyone worth it at 6. Trevor Keels is on a 1 and he's projecting for a 2. But generally, my answer to that question is if you're asking it, you've already lost. 4 players don't play in tip off. All right, I can look for something for you. Let's see. Omar Yurt 7, looking at 10, 10 points. Yeah, I think that's your guy. I think that's the only guy who's getting minutes. The only other option I would say is Moses Moody from the Warriors. And he's got 2 games. So, yeah, Omer Yurt 7 from Miami or Moses Moody. Let me see if any of those guys are actually projected to play minutes. Because the last common fit. Let me take a look real quick. I know I got something else. All right, Kai Jones projected for 18 points. Doesn't matter. Bryce McGowan's is projected for 11. He's a 6. Who knows if he actually plays? What about Moody here? Moody's projected at 10 minutes, and then Yurt 7. Have to go a little deeper. Saturday projections. Yurt 7 is projected for 13 minutes. So, yeah, I think Yurt 7 projected for the most minutes. But McGowan's and Moody are also playable. But again, like I'd rework things personally if you can. If you're playing with commons, then you're kind of limited and everything. Alex Caruso available to play. Okay. So yeah, back to the playoffs. Monday through Sunday, that's gonna give us a little more of a guarantee of like knowing who is going to be playing how many games. Like we're not necessarily going to know for sure, and it'll change. Like, but at least we'll be able to take a guess at like, all right, so if they do win the last game of the series on Monday, then like they'll have three more games, and that's what you're betting on. So if it's a team who might play two games to win a series, and they have a good shot at winning the series, like maybe play them and hope to get those extra games. I don't know. It's going to be a real cost benefit, and going with either what you know, which is generally like what I say to do, or take those risks, and that'll be wholly dependent on how you feel about your rosters at the time. But it's a nice little insight. I'm happy that we have that as opposed to like the whole series like we had um, with MLB. I wasn't crazy about that setup. So I'm glad that they listened to the community. At least they listened to me, because I know I was yelling about that. So that's until the finals, independent of the schedule. Any game that starts in there will be counted. Got everything right here. That play-in tournament first round is going to be interesting because like if you play anyone from the play-in tournament, you're going to really want them to win because this is cumulative. This is not, a well, maybe not. Let's go down here because it might not be cumulative. It might be cumulative over the course of weeks. So playoff tournaments, in addition to the weekly competitions, 8 free-to-play tournaments corresponding with 8 game weeks. Your 8 limited contender competition lineup scores will be added together. Okay, so I think I'm wrong. I think I'm actually wrong here. It's not going to be cumulative. The tournament is going to be cumulative over the course of weeks. So you're going to be playing best ball on a weekly basis, and then that is cumulative. So it's best ball for games in a given week, and then you take all of those lineups and you smash those together on the leaderboard, and that's who's going to win this tournament. Um, like I said before, if you have those before game week 49, the play-in game, you get a 15% scoring bonus. The tournament itself, you cannot win cards. You can win $100,000 worth of in real life rewards. I don't think it's ETH. I don't think it's USD. I think we're talking jerseys. We're talking NBA store cards. We're talking tickets. So that's what the tournament is. So don't go out and spend $1,000 on a team hoping to win the tournament and win $100,000 or win cards because that's not what happened. What is happening? You'd be spending to try and win, for this competition, and you could just go and buy, um, you could buy tickets and fly if you want. So that's something I definitely wanted to touch on there. My team's gonna be decimated. I have spent the whole season chasing L10s and trying to get the best matchup for that week. And what that got me is a lot of Pistons, a lot of Pacers, a lot of guys who aren't going to be playing in the playoffs. So my playoffs may be short, at least in the rare side. Limited, I might, have a little bit longer of a shelf life. I got some Cavs, I got some Grizzlies, got some Knicks. It's a lot of East Coast teams though. I got a couple of Kings, and a lot of people are just going to get buried on benches and playoff rotations. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I'll be in baseball mode by then. I will be fully in baseball mode by the playoffs. We'll still have projections and stuff. It's just I'm not going to be chasing them, which might actually feel real nice. Yeah, see, tickets aren't great for people in Baltimore, like Nexon said. Yeah, that's tough. Like when I won baseball tickets, I was winning them for people back home in Cleveland because I mean I'm in Tampa and I can go to St. Pete, and actually the Rays were playing, but they were playing back in Cleveland, so it didn't help me a ton. I feel like my entire roster is Pacers and Magic. Yeah, see, that's kind of how I ended up. Um, it's just how the cookie crumbled. A lot of Pistons for me. That's not going to help me long term. Santa's welcome. Nice hair, thanks. Yeah, finally I got rid of all that extra hair. I was done with that. That was not for me anymore. Not for me. All right. I'm going to take this time to look over my own rosters. Um, Again, any questions you have, ask them. I will answer them ASAP. MLB questions as well. I can give you full season projections. I can give you, my first run of projections for game week 1, although we don't know probable pitchers yet, so that might be a little tough. So, for the time being, I'm going to take a look and kind of rebuild some of my limited lineups. Let me uh, let me pull up my lineups as they stand so you can take a look at those. Again, questions in the chat, any and all, lineup questions, all that. If you haven't yet, please smash that like button. I see people pouring in here all of a sudden. Smash that like button. It's great for us and gets more people on the channel, and I can answer more questions and hopefully grow this damn game. All right. So let's see. 43 training teams. Who doesn't love that? Thank y'all. I see y'all smashing that like button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is me. It is me indeed. All right, so I'm really excited about the all defense competitions. Um, my rare team is a little bit of a Hail Mary here. Shea gets a lot of steals. Finney Smith doesn't do a lot, but rebounds and steals, whatever. Claxton, great. Wiseman, great. Butler, a great on-ball defender, but I don't know about defensive stats. So we'll see how that goes. Champion is kind of a throwaway. This was more my priority, even though I don't love Terrence Ross here, but I'm not buying cards at this point. Let's see. We got some questions. We got a 3-person difference between viewers and likes. If you haven't liked, please, 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 helps us a ton. I think we're already at a record for this live stream, so thank you to everybody. Happy Friday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We're answering questions right up until the deadline here in about 20 minutes. Santa's Magruder still a play, trying to force Siakam into contender. I haven't looked at Magruder yet. Let me take a look at what the Pistons have. I think Ivy being back probably kills him. Yeah, he's projecting for 2 points. I can go to your lineup builder again and try and figure that out. But yeah, I like Siakam here. I have him. Yeah, I have him in my champion lineup, as you can see there. What other questions we got? Barclays, what's up, buddy? Westbrook and TJ or Tyus and Brooks? I assume TJ McConnell. Um, I. Ooh, Norman, I'm going to get to your question here in a second. We got an MLB question, everybody. I'll get to it in a second, I promise. Yes. My answer is yes. I can tell you where to start. First of all, Barclays, I'm going to come back to your question in a second. Norman, I did do a video. It's on the channel. If you go to the shorts, I did a minute long, like a team to build for $200 or something. I don't know what the dollar amount is. Patreon.com/SorareFP. We have a Zips update out. Full season projections. You can figure out who to buy in there, or for $10 a month, you get the Discord and the All-Star Pack, which has pricing information. You can just sort it by projected points divided by L10 and find the guys you like there. So I'll get to your MLB question in a second, but that's where you can start. Okay, Barclays. I assume TJ McConnell. Tyus and Brooks. Tyus and Brooks is actually tough because there is technical correlation there. Like if Tyus assists Brooks on a shot, then you're getting say you hit a 3, you get 4 points from Brooks, and then the assist 1.5 or whatever from Tyus Jones. The problem with it is Tyus Jones going nuts and having 40 points, 20 assists. Not that he'd do that, but if he goes crazy, what that's going to do is probably suppress Brooks. So projections alone, I would say Tyus and Brooks. You just have to know that you're kind of killing your ceiling there, but not necessarily. It doesn't have to mean that, but it could mean that. I don't love Westbrook here. I don't even know what I have him projected at. Thank you, Jonas. I appreciate you for doing that. I saw that. Thank you for dropping that link in there while I cannot. Russ, yeah, see, Russ, I have it like a 1-1. I think I would just go, Tyus and Brooks together because you don't necessarily need Brooks to go nuts, which is fine. But Tyus, with all of his, ball handling, all his usage, you should expect it. Um, Thanks, Barclays, for the for the shout on the hair. Mike, all defenses better to look at blocks and steals over rebounds. Um, yes and no. So if you see here, I have all centers. The base of your points is going to be rebounds. I think so. Oh, you can't even see. Sorry, I'm showing you the wrong screen. You're still looking at my potential lineup builder here. Let me go back to the lineup builder though, because I'm going to go to the game week center. And then we're going to go to basketball. We're going to go rankings. So when was our last all defense contest? Common all defense. This is actually fine. Okay, so look here. Look at who won. Jared Allen, Nick Richards, Nikola Jokic, Vucevic, and Gobert. Center, 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 center. Second place, Davis, Livers, Allen, Gobert, Kessler. Center, forward, center, center, center. Third place, center, 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 center. Fourth, center, 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 center. Fifth, center, 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 center. Same. Jabari Smith plays the forward, or plays the center, but is a forward. Royce O'Neal is a small forward. Contavious Caldwell Pope, huh? So, yeah. So the base of what you're going to get is rebounds. And it's unfortunate because I don't think that's how this game mode was built. I don't know that that's what they wanted out of it. I think like they preferred that it would be blocks and steals. I think that's what they really wanted out of it. But the majority of what you get is rebounds. If they could parse out defensive rebounds and just not allow offensive rebounds, it wouldn't change things that much, but it would be a little more, it would be a little closer to what I think the intention was. So, so yeah, here's my all defense. I got two centers, two guards who are like I said, Butler's really good on the ball. Shea can get some steals. I don't have a lot of faith in this one. But my limited all defense, center, 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 center. And that's by design. Just because I've seen how it works. And I have all defense calculations. I will read off who my top players are right here, right now. In order. Write it down. My favorite plays in all defense. 1, by far, Jaren Jackson. 2, Walker Kessler. 3, Nick Claxton. Jakob Poeltl. Joel Embiid. Anthony Davis. I don't know why I turned him to Joel Embiid. Sorry. Mitchell Robinson, Miles Turner, Brook Lopez, Rudy Gobert, Nick Richards, Evan Mobley, Kristaps Porzingis, and then finally a guard, Matisse Thybulle. I guess he's kind of a small forward. So he's, like 10th, 11th, 12th. Then you get the Daniel Gafford, and then Tari Eason, power forward. Xavier Tillman, center. Herbert Jones, small forward. Capella, Sengun, centers. Anunoby, Jokic, Zubac, Adebayo, and Shea. So 85% of those guys were centers, and it's just because of the base rebounds. So I would lean rebounds, but try to find guys who can get blocks and steals. And generally, like centers do that, but some centers just don't play defense. I was going to say Brook Lopez, but that's not the case. He's probably the leading defensive player of the year candidate at this point. I'm trying to think of an offense first center. Jokic would be that guy. He just gets so many rebounds that he kind of offsets it. So yeah, that's a great question because it's something that I don't think, if you just look at projections, like it's not always going to tell you that story. Like I think the first time in all defense, I played DeAnthony Melton because I know he gets a ton of steals. I think I played DeLon Wright because he gets a lot of steals, but you need a base of rebounds to win that contest. So centers are the way to go. What's up to everybody who just joined? I see y'all. Drop a question in the chat. If you subscribe to the channel, you can't ask questions if you don't subscribe. Lineup questions, MLB questions, anything, drop them in there. And if you could hit the like button too, that helps us out a ton. We got 5 people who haven't done it yet. I would appreciate it greatly if you did. But let's see. Barclays, you're very welcome. Thinking all day. I love McConnell, but I prefer Tyus over Westbrook, but I go for the Grizzly boys. Yeah, Grizz are in a good spot, and they have 2 games. McConnell's only got 1 game. I don't know if you're one of those people who really prefers 2 games to 1, but like I do. I really do. So I'm actually going to rebuild these lineups really quick. Let's pop back over to Sorare data. Oh, I just did my Maxime impression. I teased that on the Sorare data show recently. And I just did it. I didn't want to insult Maxime, who runs this incredible site, built it from the ground up. It was meant as flattery. All right, so first thing here, actually, with Sorare data, they have changed this. You can't just suggest a lineup and get the best lineup in all defense because it's still pulling from their overall game scores. But they did, I noticed, add it here. So here are projections of actual defense only scores. So if I were smart, I would go Jackson, which I did. I'm going to skip Gobert because I don't know if he's going to play, unfortunately. So here's a swerve for you. If you're playing all defense and you have Gobert and you want to try and get different from the field and gain some points there, like just by being different, play Gobert because a lot of people are going to sit him. You know, maybe they don't hear. Oh, we got some news, actually. Let's take a look. Lamar Stevens starting for Jared Allen. That's nothing new. Steph Curry in. Kevin Looney in. Hornets going to start Rozier, Oubre, Hayward, Washington, Richards. Oh, that's good. So Mark Williams is out. So Richards is actually a really good play, which is great because I played him in all defense. Justice Winslow without a timetable for return. Halverto, I don't know. I assume that's oh, where you at? Alberto. If you're still there, it's on Patreon. Here, I'll actually I'll drop it in the chat. If you're still here, I see you in the Discord. But there you go. It's in there now. Where was I? I'm just trying to check everything as we were about 10 minutes away. All right. So, yeah, still no news on Gobert. I don't know if I'm going to play him. But for the sake of this exercise, I'm skipping. So I'm going to go Claxton. I'm going to go Giannis here because I'm not using him elsewhere, and I'm prioritizing this lineup. On 1 game, I just don't want to play him here. So we learned about Richards, and then all of a sudden we got 28. Ooh, do I play Sohan? I have Gafford in my lineup currently. I actually like Kessler more than I like... Huh. Yeah, so this is a question now for me of, is it 2v2? It's Kessler and Gafford, or it's Claxton and, I mean, Gafford still has good. Damn. So, okay, so this is where it's tough. Claxton projects for 22 here. He's got 1 game against the Nuggets. So, you know, he's going up against Jokic. Or Kessler against the Celtics, who they're down Robert Williams. I don't know about Horford. I don't know what his situation is. But Gafford's on 2 games anyway. I think I'm just going to go Kessler Gafford. I hate not playing Nick Claxton in a... Oh, man. My projections have Kessler second and Claxton third. So realistically, how about this? Claxton, Kessler. Then my next best player would be Miles Turner, who I'm not using elsewhere. Where'd he go? Where is he at? Why can I not find Miles Turner? 35, and then I gotta go to 16. Ew, that's rough. So I'm gonna go Richards, 21. I got 30. So then it would be Sohan. Or I can go Giannis. That's tough. I don't know what to do there. I have Giannis currently, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do. I don't really trust Sohan a ton. I don't know why. He's got 2 games. What about Richards? Richards only has the one against Embiid, of course. He's gonna get worked. Yeah, I don't know that leaving Giannis actually helps me. I'd love to play him, but tough. Sorry, I'm just staring at my screen. I'm just gonna go with what I got there. That's fine. I'm sure I'll regret not playing Nick Claxton. This is his contest. It's where he thrives. All right. So now let's look at champion. If I let Sorare data build for me, here's what we got. I go upside. I go very important. This is actually pretty close to what I have, is it not? I think this is literally my lineup. All right, that's easy. That's what I wanted anyway. So much for rebuilding on the fly. How about contender? All right, if they build, there's Claxton, Wesley Green, I love. Grant or Claxton? I would go Claxton probably, especially because we don't know if Grant's going to play. My lineup currently is Roddy, Green, Claxton, Collins, Gobert. I don't trust DeAnthony Melton. DeAnthony Melton's last couple scores, he just scored a 7 in 15 minutes against the Cavs. Someone won who was a tier 2 today. 7. It's asinine. But before that, he had a 32. Before that, he had a 25. I don't like him there. So I'm going to say nah. Collins, Gobert, Kuzma. I just don't know if Gobert's going to play. I could go with Miles Turner, but I think he's going to get lit up. I do want to go back to Kuzma. All right, so what if I say no to Gobert? It's Claxton. Collins, Green, Wesley. Blake Wesley over... Do my rankings like Blake Wesley over David Roddy? That's my last guy in. Any last minute questions, please ask. I know I'm just filling out my lineup here. I got Blake Wesley for 8 points. That's interesting. And I got Roddy for up to 18. Why does Sorare data like Wesley so much? It's a 1 gamer. Is that tonight? I got too many damn tabs open. Like I said before. Grizzlies playing tonight? Alright. Got him for 22 minutes. We don't know if Keita Bates-Job's going to play. You got David Roddy for 16. All right. We'll do that. I'm going to trust him. Blake Wesley has hurt me so many times in the past. And we're still leaving 4, huh? All right. I do have a 9.5 multiplier on him. Contender for me is kind of just like I don't know. I don't feel like I ever have a shot to win it. I know I'm gonna regret not playing Gobert now because I always do. He's one of those guys where he just lights it up if I play him. If not, nothing. But all right. Any last questions before we get out of here? 4 minutes left until lock. I don't know, man. Not a ton of value on this slate. Like we didn't really get much news. Like TJ McConnell is the biggest, and we knew about him. We knew about him yesterday. Any last news on the channel? No. So yeah, pretty straightforward. No late breaking news this week. Nothing like that. Jordan Nora, Yusuf Nurkic, John Collins. Yeah, Shake Milton at a 9. Not a ton of value. So nothing too crazy. There it is. That's the lineup. All right. Yeah. It's been nice that it's a little slow for me. Ooh, we got news. What do we got? All right, Keita Bates-Diop available to play, so now all of a sudden I might have to go back and put Roddy in. At least it's news that benefits me. I almost said, oh, no news, and then all of a sudden got news that completely screwed me. So still 22 minutes, it says. Whatever. I'm going to play him. I'm going to play him. All right. Well, I guess that's going to do it. I guess final plugs and we're out of here. A minute and 40 left from this very moment in time. Thank you all to everyone who joined. I think this is our most successful stream yet. Thanks for the great questions. Definitely the best questions so far. I have a blast when you guys ask me things that I get to look up. That's very fun for me. So unless anyone else has got anything on the way out, please, if you haven't yet, like the video. It gets this stream to more people. You know, it's Friday night, man. I could be doing something else, but I'm here with you. Actually, I'm here with you because I don't have a life. I love Sorare, and I don't have any friends in Florida. You guys are my friends. I could be doing anything in the world. No, that's not true. But I'm here with you. Like the video, subscribe, all that. Patreon.com/SoRareFP for projections, for the Discord, for the MLB. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I think Thursday night going into MLB, maybe I'll do a live stream and skip the NBA live stream that week. I think that would be a lot of fun for me. If you want to see an MLB stream, let me know in the chat and let me know when I put it out there. All right, 20 seconds until lock. I'm not chugging this. It's warm at this point. I nursed it. Sorry, I'm a bad Irish boy. Yeah, no, that ain't happening. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate it. I know I've said it on a couple of live streams. Like, I have a blast doing this. I have a blast talking to y'all, and I appreciate the banter and the ideas and all of that. But we are locked until Monday. I'll talk to you then. Thanks again.